All right, guys, so this is going to be a 5-video clip series on how to play wide receiver for the Clarke football team. Now, these are all of our basic fundamentals that we need to play receiver on our team. And this is all the stuff that you guys, if you guys have been with me before, this is all the stuff that you've seen. This is just a review, but you need to practice it and you need to stay on top of it. That's how we're making sure we're doing things the right way. All right, to help me out today, we have Arton Dalipi. He's a 3-year receiver for us, and he was one of the best receivers that we've ever had in the Clarke football program. We have Anthony Caputo, who played quarterback for us for 2 years, both class of 2019. Great guys, and I'm really excited to have them. All right, so step 1 is how to get into our wide receiver stance for our team, okay? So now there's 4 rules that you have to remember to play receiver on this team. Rule number 1 is our ball foot is always gonna be up. That means whichever foot is closest to the football is gonna be the one that's up. So for right now, it's gonna be Tony's right leg, okay? So that's step number 1. Step number 2, our eyes are always gonna be on the football. We don't worry about cadences. We don't worry about, if it's on 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter to us. We go when the ball is snapped, okay? Step number 3, we're gonna keep 70% of our body weight on our front leg and 30% on our back leg, okay? So that's just a rule of thumb. It's more of a visual than anything else. And the last thing is that our hands are gonna be up at all times, okay? We don't want anybody getting into our chest plate, especially if we get a D-back that's up in our face. All right, so step number 2, okay, this is how we get our starts as a receiver. So Tony's in his great stance already. Anthony's gonna be our dummy call guy. He's just gonna give a bunch of random calls, but Arton is not gonna move until he sees the ball move, okay? Now, if you have an extra person here, what you can do is you can have somebody stick their toe underneath the receiver's heel. This is to make sure that Arton doesn't false step. We want our first step as receivers to be here. So again, 70-30, so that way our first step is boom, and we don't have to step back. All right, so this is how it works. This is our start drill. Go for it, Ant.
Down. Say go, go, go.
Here we go. The last little drill that we have here, this is how to beat a press coverage as a receiver, okay? So there's 4 steps here that we need to do. For now, we're gonna say that we're running a 94, which means that we're just gonna run a vertical route, but we have a guy that's pressed up in our face, okay? The 4 steps are this. So Tony's starting in his great stance, like the way that it is. Step number 1 is we wanna get lateral, okay? So go for it, Tony. That means that we wanna get it so that way he doesn't know whether we're gonna go outside or inside. Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 2 is we want to rip. So when Anthony sticks his arms out, Tony's going to take his outside arm, he's going to push both of Anthony's arms together, and he's going to rip his inside arm past him, and stay as tight to Anthony as possible. Okay, step number 3, he just did it. He's going to step past Anthony, and step number 4 is we want to stack on top of Anthony. So what that means is that we're going to stay on top of him so he can't stay on top of us. Okay, and we're going to create separation that way. So now come back, Arton, do it in slow motion on go. Ready? Down, set, go. 1, 2, 3. Good, now let's try full speed. Come on back. And now the key here too, guys, is you don't want to just get lateral and be flat foot. You want to add in a little bit of a foot fire. It's okay to give them a little bit of a head jab, okay? Ready? Down, set, go. Boom, good job.